Good morning, grade 5 students. How are you? This is Miss Dima again. I miss you so much, and school really looks so ugly without you. I miss your crowds outside the class, and I miss everything we used to do together, and I miss our interactive lessons. And I have good news for you. Um, I will try to meet you tomorrow at Zoom. So I'll send you the ID, the Zoom name, the Zoom ID so that we can Zoom. Let me confirm this first, okay? I have to set my schedule, and once I confirm it, I'll send you the Zoom ID. Now for those who do not see your pictures here, okay, don't be upset. The page is fitting just few pictures. These are a few of our memories together. But I will try to post as many pictures as I can every week. I miss you all and I hope you are all healthy and safe. Take care of yourselves and let us start today's lesson in math. So this is the second week of e-learning and this is the second lesson in math, fraction multiplication, chapter 7, lesson 6. So learning objective for this lesson is how to multiply fractions. How to multiply fractions. Remember in chapter 6, we started with estimating fractions, then common denominators and equivalent fractions. Then the last lesson was how to add and subtract fractions. Okay, now this lesson is very easy. It's more easy than you think. And it's how to multiply fractions and find the answer in simplest form. Now please get ready with you need your Go Math book, chapter 7. You need your math notebook. You need your pencil, sharpener, and eraser. And it's optional to use your small whiteboard and a marker. So let's get ready with this activity. Okay, are you ready for a mental math challenge? Okay, it's a very easy challenge and let's fresh our memories with an easy practice. So what do you need to get? You need just to use your mental math information. And you remember this challenge? I want you to have your notebook ready or a whiteboard, it doesn't matter. And I want you to label the page with these alphabets: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Okay, so it means that we have 10 mental math questions. Okay, I'll give you some time, okay, to write these letters, okay, and no need for you to copy the questions. You will just write the answer, and then once done, you can stop writing, and then you can compare your answers to the answer keys that I will show later. So I hope you are done now, and you labeled the page with today's date. Okay, March 30, 2020, and this is week 2. Okay, so let's start. Okay, now some of you, if you want to use your whiteboard marker, also you are welcome. The whiteboard and the marker, also you can do this. So it's either the math notebook or the whiteboard. So guys, are you ready for the challenge? Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1, 0, go. Okay, waiting for the answers. And time is over. Put the pens down and get ready to see the results. Okay, so what about this? So there are 10 answers, 36 for A, 80 for B, 72, 28, 42, 40, 54, 24, 4, and 60. So you can give yourself a score out of 10, okay, 1 mark for each. I'm really happy with your scores. I know that most of you answered them. They're really so easy. So good job, everyone. I think we can start now fresh with this mental math challenge. Okay, feel free to picture these answers and send them to me on Class Dojo. Okay, now let's start. Are you ready? So let's unlock the problem. Sam has half piece of a strawberry cake. So do you love strawberry cakes, guys? Okay, if you do not like, so I guess you like chocolate cakes. Anyways, he decides to eat half of that piece. Half of that piece. How much did Sam eat? Now, read the question carefully. The question doesn't say that Sam ate the half piece. It doesn't mean that he has half and he ate the half. No, he ate half of that piece. It means a part of that piece, and that part is a half. Half of the half. So how much did Sam eat? Easy drawings. This is a whole cake, right? Okay. And Sam divides it into two halves, right? So this is what Sam has. It's a half, one half, right? This is what Sam has. It's the last picture, right? Which is this one. This is what Sam has. Okay, so if you want to fill in the blanks, what do you say? Sam has how many pieces of cakes? That's correct. He has half piece. Good. Now look at this half. Now Sam will eat, okay, how much of this piece? He will not eat it all. He will eat half of this piece, okay? So let's take a marker and let's try to cut this piece, okay, into half, right? Because he will eat half of it. Don't you think so? Right? Now look how much he will eat. He will eat this part, right? Which is half of this piece. Okay? What do you think? How much does this piece, okay, if you want to use math and a fraction, how much do you think this piece will be? That's correct. It's 1 over 4. Okay? It's 1 over 4. How do you know? Because let's go back to the original cake, which is the whole cake, right? Okay? This is 1/4 of the whole, right? So this is what Sam eats. If you want to trace this part here, Sam will eat 1 over 4. So that's a quarter. So half of the half means you're eating a quarter, right? So that's very easy using drawing. Okay? Now, do not worry if you did not get this from the first time. With more practice, you will understand what I mean. So let's now use some math to understand this. Okay, let's now relate math to the same problem. Okay, again, it's the same problem. Reread the problem. Sam has half piece of a strawberry cake. So let's imagine the half piece again. He decides to eat half of that piece. Okay, half of that piece. How much did Sam eat? Now look at this. I'm underlining, okay, the word of, half of, and that's a key word in this lesson, and it's very important to know this keyword. And this keyword means that when you see it, of means multiply. Okay, that's why we're doing multiplication of fractions in this lesson. And this is a key word. So whenever you see the word of, half of something, 3/4 of something, okay, 2 over 5 of something, okay, you are multiplying that fraction, okay? So we say half of the half, So it means half times half. Okay? So how do we do this in math? It's very easy. Okay? When you multiply fractions, you do not need to find common denominators like in the previous lesson. Do you remember the previous lesson with LCM and equivalent fractions? You don't need to do anything of this. Wow, that's so easy. So what do we need to do? Okay, very easy. And let's write this. You can practice together. Half times half. Okay, only 3 steps. What are they? Only multiply the numerators, which are the upper numbers, and multiply the denominators, which are the lower numbers. That's it. Okay, no common denominators, nothing. Okay, let's try it. Equal sign, and that's 1 over 4, right? Why? Because 1 times 1 is equal to 1, and 2 times 2 is equal to 4. And remember our drawing? Do you remember Sam's piece? What was his answer? What was the piece of cake that he got at the end? That's correct. It's a quarter, right? So the math step is matching the drawing step. Now, how was it for so far? It's so easy, and the more you practice, the more easier it becomes. Now let's have another example. A chef uses 5 over 12 pounds of flour to make a cake. He needs to use 4 times as much as this amount to prepare a big wedding cake. How much of flour does he need to use? So this chef, he has 5 over 12 pounds of flour. Okay? This recipe is enough to prepare only one cake, a normal cake, right? But if he prepares a wedding cake, of course he will need to use more than this amount. So it says he needs to use 4 times as much as. 4 times as much as. Don't you think that this is a key word? And we took it before, 10 times as much as, and 4 times as much as, and 6 times as much as. Okay, so let's see this. So this is the recipe for one cake, which needs 5 over 12, but the chef needs to prepare a big wedding cake. That's why he needs 4 times as much as this amount. So how much does the chef needs? Okay, let's see. Again, that's my key word, 4 times as much as. What do you think we should do? Yes, the word 4 times as much as means that we should multiply. So far we learned 2 key words, the word of and the word times as much as in this lesson, which means multiplication. So I need to multiply the whole number, which is 4, by the fraction, right? But I have a problem here. I remembered in the previous slide that the teacher said I need to multiply the numerators and the denominators, but I cannot see any denominator here for the whole number, right? Now look at this. Can I write the whole number as this step? Now I'm going to use the 3 steps, okay? Look at this. What do you think about the 4? What did I do? I just wrote 4 over 1, which is the same as 4. In fractions, when you have the denominator as 1, it means the number stays the same because 4 over 1, okay, it means that 4 divided by 1, which is 4 actually. Nothing is changing. So if you have a whole number as 100 or 200 or 15 or 90, okay, just put it as the numerator over 1. So 90 over 1 or 60 over 1 or 100 over 1, nothing is changing. Okay, that's a rule. Okay, now what's next? Copy the multiplication and copy the other fraction, 5 over 12. Now this looks very easy. Do you remember now the next step? Excellent. I have to multiply the numerators and the denominators. Let's do it together. Equal. Very good. And the fraction sign. Now mental math. 4 times 5. Okay, excellent. That's 20. And 1 times 12, that's 12. Excellent. Now, before you go and proceed to another question, think and ask yourself, what's the question? Do you remember the question? Look at this fraction and ask yourself, is this fraction simple? Okay, look at it again. Is it simple? Okay, no, it's not. Why? It's an improper fraction. How do you know? Look at the numerator, it's 20, right? And look at the denominator, it's 12. 20 is bigger than 12. So I cannot keep it like this. That's why I call it an improper fraction. So what do? Take your math notebook or the whiteboard marker and let's simplify an improper fraction. Okay? 20 over 12. Okay? Do you remember the method for this when you have an improper fraction? What do we need to do? That's correct. It's the clock method and we use something called QRD. Do you remember this step? You copy the fraction sign, you copy the denominator, which is 12, right? And then you will have two empty boxes. Okay, so this is my denominator and the rule says Q, R, D. Q, R, D. That's my denominator. So what do I have to do? I have to divide 20 by 12, right? So what's 20 by 12? It means what's 20 divided by 12? Okay, that's correct. 20 divided by 12, it's only 1. So I'm going to write 1 here, right? Now, 12 times 1 is 20, right? 12 times 1 is 20. So I'm sorry, 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 1 is 12. How much is left from the 20? Let me repeat. I just copied the 12 down and I divided 20 by 12. What's 20 divided by 12? Just mental math. 20 divided by 12 is 1. I cannot write 2 because if I write 2, 12 times 2 is 24, is bigger than 20. So 20 divided by 12 is 1. Okay? And 12 times 1 is 12. How much is left from the 20? Okay, correct, that's 8. So we're going to write here 8. Okay, let's see. Okay, excellent. So it's equal to 8 over 12. Now, do not stop and proceed to the next one. No, still ask yourself. Okay, now that's the clock method. I know, I use the clock method. Okay, but look at the fraction again. 8 over 12. Look at these two numbers, 8 over 12. Think again, it's not simple. 8 and 12 are even numbers. Do you remember even numbers? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So what can I do? I should divide the numerator and the denominator by a number. Now, some students will say, Miss, I can divide by 2. Excellent, yes, I can divide the numerator and the denominator by 2. But other group of students will say, Miss, I can divide 8 and 12 by 4. Okay, let's see. Which number? Is it 2 or 4? Now, one student would say, Miss, why can't I divide by 8? Let's see. Which answer is correct? Is it the 2 or the 4 or the 8? Now, 2 and 4 are correct. I can divide 8 by 2 and I can divide 12 by 2. Okay, and 4 is correct. I can divide 8 by 4 and I can divide 12 by 4. But 8 is wrong. I cannot select 8, okay? Why? I can divide 8 by 8, but I cannot divide 12 by 8. There's no answer, okay? So both of these answers are correct. Now, which one do I select? Excellent. Go for the bigger number. The bigger number you choose, the simpler the fraction will be, okay? Let me say this again. The bigger the number that you divide by, okay, the simpler the fraction will be. Always go for the bigger numbers, okay? So let's see this. Okay, I'm going to divide the numerator and the denominator by 4, okay? And the answer will be 2 over 3. What did I do? Just keep the 1. Do not change anything. You don't divide the whole number, by the way. You keep it the same. You just divide the numerator by 4. 8 divided by 4 is equal to 2. And 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3. and that's my simplest fraction. Okay? Now, where can you find this example? This example about the chef, okay, you will find it in page 452 in chapter 7, okay? It's the same example. The book did not write any example about a chef and a wedding cake or a normal cake. I just put this example for you to understand what does 4 times as much as mean, okay? So can you fill this quickly? It's very easy. What did the book do? The book doesn't like, we do not like to have the whole number like that. You remember? What do I write down? Excellent. I write 1. Now I'm going to multiply the numerators, okay? And I will multiply the denominators. So 4 times 5, okay? That's easy. And 1 times 12. That's very easy, right? What's 4 times 5? Excellent, that's 20. Okay, and what's times 12? Excellent, that's 12. Okay, now I'll copy the 20 over 12. Okay, now there's another method in the book that they use other than the clock method. They thought that there's a way to divide 20 and 12 by a number. Okay, so can I divide by 2? Yes, of course, I can divide by 2. Is there a bigger number? You remember, the bigger number, the simpler the fraction. Okay, so 20 divided by 10? No, that doesn't work because I can divide 20 by 10, but I cannot divide 12 by 10. Let's have another example. So 20 divided by 5? Let's try. I can divide 20 by 5. Yes, but I cannot divide 12 by 5. So take this number. What do you think of this? Okay, excellent. 4. 20 divided by 4. Yeah, that will work. It's 5 over 3. Okay, what is this? Remember, what is this fraction? It's an improper fraction. I cannot keep it this way, okay? The numerator is bigger than the denominator. So what do? Fraction sign, copy the denominator, divide 5 by 3, it's 1. How much is left from the 5? Excellent, that's 2. 1, 2 over 3. So we got the answer. That's page 452. Okay, remember, simplification always means to divide, always division. Okay, let's do the share and show. It's very easy. Let's do it very fast now, okay? And that is page 453. Okay, 6 over 1. I don't want to keep the whole number as is. That's why I use 6 over 1, which is so easy. Okay, 6. Okay, times 3 is 18. Okay, let me see. Maybe I can erase this because I did this automatically. Okay, that's correct. It's 18. What about 1 times 8? Excellent. 8. What do we call this? Improper fraction. What do I use? The clock method. Excellent. Fraction sign. Copy the 8. Now, divide 18 by 8. What's the closest answer? It's not 1. It's very far away. It's excellent. It's 2. 8 times 2 is 16. How much is left from the 18? Excellent. 2. Okay? Equal sign. Now think again. Is 2 over 8 simple? Okay? Is 2 over 8 simple? No, it's not simple. Why? I can divide 2 by 2 and 8 by 2. Remember, even numbers. If you divide 2 by 2, you'll get 1. And if you divide 8 by 2, you'll get 4. Don't forget the whole number. So my answer will be 2, I copy it, and 1 over 4. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try number 4. Multiply the numerators. What's 5 times 3? Excellent, 15. What's 20 times 5 is 60. Remember, it's not simple. 15 and 60, both of them divisible by 5. Do you remember timetable 5? It has 0 and 5. But is there any better number? Let's see this. Is it 3? Yes, I can divide by 3, by the way. 5? But one student would say here, Miss, I can divide both of them by 15. Let's try. 15 is the best answer because 60 is a multiple of 15. Okay, so 15 divided by 15 is 1, and 60 divided by 15 is 4. Remember, multiplying fractions is a very easy step, but the steps that you need to practice is how to simplify them. Practice as much as you can, and the more you practice, the easier simplification steps will be for you. Remember again, write your answer in simplest form, okay? Now try to answer on your own, page 453 in your notebook, okay? And these are questions 9, 11, and 15. If you would like to answer them in the book and show me, also you are most welcome to do this, okay? And remember, the more you practice, the better math skills you get. Now, it's optional to solve the whole page, questions 1 to 16, page 453. Once you are done, you can picture the page and send it to me on Class Dojo, okay? And I hope that you will not have any difficulty in this exercise. Remember to simplify your answer. If you don't have a space in your book, you can show me the answers in your notebook. Now I'll post the answer keys for this page, which is questions 1 to question 16 tomorrow. Okay? And I hope that your answers will be all correct. Thank you, students, for listening. I hope that this was not boring. I hope that you really learned a lot by today's lesson and you could practice. Stay healthy, healthful, and calm, and wait to see you tomorrow. Okay, again, I will confirm the Zoom meeting. Okay, wait for this, and I hope to see you. And take care of yourself, students, and goodbye.